Okay. So there are sometimes there are some students who I've told them to double space their entire paper and set their spacing to 0 like that. So I want to show you how to do that. When you have your paper and it's double spaced and then you have this great big space in between, that's because your spacing is set to something greater. So you start the formatting of your paper by hitting Control A or Command A on a Macintosh. Then it will highlight everything on your paper. So you go to your Home tab. That's File. We want Home tab. You go to your Home tab, and down at the bottom you have Paragraph. And if you click on Paragraph, you want your line spacing to be double, but your spacing before and after to be set to 0. So I just changed that to 0, and when I do that, notice how your spacing now here is set to double space, okay? In order to add a running header, there were many students who I put a circle at the top of their page, and that is because you have to have a running header. You cannot just hit enter down at the bottom and then at the top of your page and then tab over, which is what some students are doing, and they're typing their running header into their paper like that. That's not a running header. That actually changes the margins of your paper. So you do not add a running header in that way. In order to add a running header, you will go to Insert. So up at the top here, you go to Insert. And then you come over to page number. And ideally, we do this on the first page, but it can be done on the second page. So you click on page number, and you want it at the top of the page. So, and we want it set to where it's going to give us our header on the right side of our paper. So now we have a header. This is right now just our page number. We need our first initial and our last name. So I first initial and my last name, and I can click off of that. Notice how it's grayed out now. So that will not affect, I don't have to worry about this at all. No matter what page I'm on, that running header will be there, and it will show the page number. And that's how you insert the running header. What you have going on here, Tori, is this is your thesis statement. Is this right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So your thesis statement belongs on the at the last sentence of your introduction. So this is your introduction, right?
Okay.
And you have second person pronoun, you, and so you know now to get rid of those things after our edit today. But somehow here, everything got indented over. For our paper, we have to have MLA citation says what size font?
12.
12 font, and what is the type?
Times New Roman.
Times New Roman. So I'm going to hit Control A, so everything is highlighted again, and I'm going to click on Times New Roman. And then I'm going to hit Control A, and I want to go to my page layout. Page layout will tell me my margins, and I want 1-inch margins all around my paper. So now I'm Times New Roman, I am 12 font. I don't need these extra spaces here, but you've got something going on here. So I'm going to backspace, and now notice how I have, I'm not sure what happened here with yours, but we should be set now. Whoops, right here. Okay, so this is your conclusion here, right?
Yep.
In conclusion, okay, and then where's your works cited page? Is it in a separate document?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you'll never want to have it as a separate document. The reason you don't is because if you decide to use this research in the future, if it's in two different documents, you've got to get to another document. In MLA citation, we don't separate our paragraphs by double spacing. We separate our paragraphs by indenting. So you have your second, how many paragraphs do you have? Where's your...
Those is all 5 in there.
So you have everything as one big paragraph right now. Then he walked towards death. Oh, you don't have parenthetical citations. Oh, here's one here. And then here's one here. And then this is a second paragraph. You don't have a... You didn't do your... Okay, so I'm going to open up. This is your... this mini thesis statement is your topic sentence for the paragraph with these quotes. So many people could understand. Is that the second quote of the paragraph?
For which one?
I see. Here it is right here. This is your... Okay, so now this is the beginning of that paragraph. So you start to see why it becomes so important to have your citations, to have your formatting done correctly. Because without your formatting done correctly, the reader isn't sure what's going on. This is your a Pima legend would match up with your works cited page, and the same thing is when you have, so this is the card for that, a Pima legend, and that's just going to be capitalized, and you would have a period that goes after your author. In this case, it's a Pima legend, a well-baked man, and you're going to have a period there, and your Native American legends, comma, First People 1880, just like that. So this part is is all right, but you want to have those periods in there because those indicate units. And then whatever is first on your works cited page entry, so this is your source card. I've looked at your source card and I've told you that this is all formatted correctly. This goes exactly into your schematic or into your works cited page. So to do a works cited page, you want to do a page break. You want to insert, page break, and then on this page, you'll switch to, you go to home, and you go to your center, works cited page. Do not underline that, do not bold that, do not make it a bigger font. It stays 12 font, Times New Roman. It doesn't get anything special except for the fact that it's the title. It goes over there. And then we come over here and we start doing our entries here. So you've got, this is one of your entries. This is your other entry. So a Pima legend, does that go, P comes after or before first, alphabetically?
After.
After, right. So alphabetical, we go after. White River Sioux, that's one of your entries, copy. Where is that going to go?
Last.
Okay, do we have any other Native American lore? Right, how Coyote stole fire. N is going to go where?
In the middle.
Right here, right? Okay, so we don't have our 1-inch margins, right? We need to have 1-inch margins. So this is going to come all the way back. And then this needs to come all the way back. Oy. Everything needs to be right over on our 1-inch margin. Our hanging indent is what will make it so we can see it. In order to do the hanging indent, we come to the end of the first line, we hit enter, and then we tab over, and then we tab over. This is our next entry. It stays right here. What's happening right here? I have no idea. Oh, for whatever reason, you have centered this entry. So all of your entries need to be, excuse me, all of your entries need to be left justified. So we have that left justified. We hit our enter, and now we hit tab, and we have our hanging indent. This one comes up here. We don't need to double space. We hit enter. We hit tab. I hit tab. And come here. I hit enter. Enter. Whoops, what just happened? And then for what, again, you hit the center there. So this whole thing needs to be left justified. So now I fixed it. Okay, and now I hit my tab, and I hit my tab. And now we have a nice, clean, Times New Roman, 12 font, alphabetized, works cited page. So first people, the legends, what punctuation mark goes right here?
Comma.
No, period. And the legends needs to be capitalized. Native American legends, how the chipmunk got his stripes. The title of the story is How the Chipmunk Got His Stripes. So that is going to go there and capitalized, and that's the end of our title. So we get a quotation mark. That came from firstpeople.us. That is our container. And our container gets what kind of punctuation? Underline, italics, or quotation marks?
Quotation mark.
That our story gets quotation marks. Our container, try again.
It's italicized.
Very good. Okay, so that's going to be first people, first people .us. Okay, and I'm just going to pop up here really quickly and see that that's the case. First people, the legends. That's the container is this right here. First people, the legends, and it's a Pima legend is our author. So let me go back to. Okay, so this is also a Pima legend. Okay, so we have a situation, don't we?
Yep.
What's the situation? Two works by the same author. I'm trying to get this to be Times New Roman. Okay. Two works by the same author, different stories, right?
Yes.
The Well-Baked Man, what should that be, do you think, in terms of punctuation? You have it lowercase right now. What should it be?
Oh, uppercase. The
Yeah.
T.
The Well-Baked Man. Just the. Everything else is lowercase. Okay, so this is supposed to be Native American legends, right? Oh no, First People, the legends. First People, the legends. Okay, and I'm just getting that from right there. That's my container. This is the container, and this story is inside of that container. So that is going to go after or before the Well-Baked Man. How the Chipmunk Got His Stripes.
Before.
Before, exactly. Very good. So I come down here, and I put that in there, right? How the Chipmunk Got His Stripes, and we've got the Well-Baked Man. And then that's going to be not Native American legends, but first people, the legends. Okay, so very good. All right, and then this, we talked about this in class. Do you remember? Anytime you have the same author two times, you put it the first time the regular way. Do you remember what you do the second time?
You put it backward.
No. 1, 2, 3, 3 dashes, and then a period. Very good. Okay? So because we went adding some stuff, now we're messed up here, and that's okay. We just go back. Oh, shucks. I forgot to hit enter, didn't I? I have to hit enter here in order for it to allow me to do that tab. And then I tab over. Okay?
Okay.
So, Rabbit Boy, what kind of punctuation mark goes right there?
Period.
Beautiful. And then this is supposed to be Sue, right? And you've got a period there. All right, so your parenthetical citation for this one is going to be what?
American lore.
American lore? Or
Lore.
American lore or something else? Either one of you.
Native American lore.
Native American lore, because that's what's first. Your parenthetical citation for this one is going to be what?
Pima legend.
Pima.
Pima
A
legend.
Pima legend, and you also have to have something about how the chipmunk, because otherwise we won't be able to distinguish between the two of these.
Okay.
The PC for this one is going to be what?
A Pima legend and the well-baked man.
Boom! Yes! Awesome. Yes, absolutely. Because you have to be able to distinguish between these two. You got it. And then there's your works cited page. Oh, except for this isn't double spaced, is it? Control A, the whole paper should be double spaced. Line spacing, double. Okay. And that is a beautiful works cited page, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? All right? Good. Oh, this is print. When you have a print source, there's no access date. And that's what it looks like. Control S. We got it?
Okay.
Time end.